No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Florida's offense will go to work first. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end.
Taking a shot on the first play. He's got it along the sideline. Touchdown, Gators! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, they wanted to be aggressive in the passing game, and they didn't waste a lot of time. They take a shot vertically down the field to their star player. He makes the play, and he makes the defense pay.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Texas Longhorns offense has the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Back to pass, it's Manning. Quickly out to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He'll sneak it. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall then.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
Hunt is on its way. Makes the catch at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
The Gators can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Big play for this Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Got it in the middle, it's ball. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Making the running back a weapon in the passing game makes it so difficult on the defense to cover everything.
No doubt. And listen, there's so many matchups across the board. If I'm playing offense, I'm going to assess it. Like, where do I have a speed advantage? Is it a running back versus a linebacker? Is it a receiver versus a corner? Whatever it is, I'm going to find it. And you could tell it was the running back, and they took advantage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
To the air, it's Lagway. Avoids pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And the Gators will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the tight end.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run play action. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Picked off, what a play to set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
Instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. give to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, they caught the defense off guard with that play right there. Here they are in field goal range, it's 3rd and short. You know, the odds say it's going to be a run. Instead, they throw it. They get a big play now setting up 1st and goal.
The Gators trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Give to the running back. Spins away from the defense. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Longhorns' first season in the SEC was a rousing success and so close to even more with a late loss to Ohio State. Steve Sarkisian and the Horns have the expectations right where they want them.
You said expectations. Has there ever been more hype around a quarterback in Arch Manning since, I don't know, Tim Tebow? People are expecting so much out of this young quarterback. If he hits the ceiling, David, this is going to be a really tough team to beat.
And he showed you flashes a year ago when he filled in for Quinn Ewers, and I think those flashes were so great. And then Texas, man, this is a program that's on the rise. The last couple years, making it to the Final Four in the sport, they're ready to take that next step.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Moore. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Makes the grab on the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. formation, back to the passing game. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Got his man downfield. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got his man quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Touchdown, Texas! Fitted in the window for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's ball. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Looking for space. It's ball. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll try it again. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. It's complete to the left. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to shoot and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chomping hands there in the swamp.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Off the play play fake on first down to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. Snags it inside the 20. Out of bounds at the 14, and the big-time offensive play has them set up.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air. It's Manning. Gets it out quickly. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Man, he looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. Find the offensive coordinator. I'm letting this guy keep chucking it down here close to the goal line.
They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Tight end finds a soft spot. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That 4th, he lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
To the air, it's Lagway. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the Gators will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Finds his tight end. There he goes. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And there is little more difficult to defend than pressure right up the middle, and the big nose tackle brings it there.
And he starts right on the football. A lot of time he gets double teamed, right? Because he's right there and you got the guards next to him, but the big fella just uses his power, overpowers the line, gets to the quarterback, and gets the sack.
And the Longhorns will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Caught in the backfield, it's Livingston. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Second down coming up. Try and play action. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Jackson. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Got some room to run. Inside the 30. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Here comes the Texas offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass, it's Manning. They're working that left side. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
The Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal. Oh, sweet feet. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. Second and goal coming. They'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Looking for the score. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Nestled just inside that right upright. That puts them on top here in the fourth.
Big time kick right there, man. Fourth quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or 2 more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
The Longhorns now try to cash in on this big opportunity created by the defense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll run it from the gun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Got it! Smashes through the tackle. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Try to barge their way in. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And on that situation, on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He's not going to get there, and they'll have to give up the football. The Gators buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Looking down the middle. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? You just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Flagway. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And I think that call will leave people scratching their head. You know, you're down a possession. You got to go make something happen. The clock is ticking. Like, we got to take some shots down the field, or we got to get our butts out of bounds after we make those catches.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice game.
All right, 4th quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. A quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick. And then that was a really good play by the offense. Pretty good coverage by the defense, but I got to make them earn it all the way down the field.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hansen. And he's brought down